All right, so we're gonna build this. Here we have phosphorus. What's the closest atom that we actually have to phosphorus? Nitrogen. Good. What color is it? Blue. Good. Hydrogen is what? White. Yep. And then oxygen is? Red. Okay, great. So to put this together, to figure out how this works, I again would write down each of them up here and then kind of look at them and figure out what a central atom could be. So phosphorus has how many valence electrons? Good, it has 5. Okay, and then hydrogen has 1, and then oxygen has 6. Okay. What is definitely not a central atom? Hydrogen, right? Now, what do you notice about phosphorus and oxygen? If they were by themselves, they both could be the central atom, right? But they're not, they're together. This molecule, everything has to be connected. So when you have a situation where you're not sure what the central atom is, put them together, all right? So let's do that, let's put them together. So phosphorus I'm gonna draw, and then next to it I'm gonna draw oxygen. And the first thing I'm gonna do, because they're gonna have to be connected potentially, I'm gonna connect them and see if this works. All right, so I put them together, and then now what do you notice? How many more dots do we have? Yeah, we have 3 more connections, and how many hydrogens do we have? 3, so these things kind of just work out sometimes, all right? But if you're not sure, you can just try moving them around. So we'll put a hydrogen here, and then a hydrogen there as well, okay? Next thing that's interesting about this, look at the formula. Do you see any hints from the formula to what the molecule should look like? I do. Look at the PH2. So that means next to the P, we have 2 H's, right? And then next to the O, it's just an H. So sometimes the formulas will give you hints, and that's one way that they can give you hints. They could have written this as POH3 or something like that, right? That wouldn't give you any real hints on what to do because the H's are kind of all off on their own. But what they did here was they tried to help you out, okay? Now for this one, what's the central atom? Both of them, all right? So check this out. This is one central atom, all right? And let's look at what it's connected to specifically. That phosphorus is specifically directly connected to what? Yeah. These 3 things, right? So when we talk about its AXE, we're going to talk about the phosphorus as the A, and then what are the X's for this one? Hydrogen, hydrogen, and oxygen. So it's AX what? 3. Is there anything else? E. Yeah, there's E right here, right? So that's going to be our E. So for the phosphorus, it's an AX3E. What is the angle for that one? You can flip. Good, 107. And then what's the name? Good, trigonal pyramidal. So that central atom has all of this information, okay? But we have one more central atom we have to talk about. And I know it's weird that we're talking about 2 central atoms, but we're really talking about the 2 shapes that are in this molecule. This is one of the shapes, and then the other one is this oxygen here. What's the oxygen directly connected to? Phosphorus and hydrogen. Good. So this is going to be AX what? Good. And it's only E2 because you're not counting these electrons over here on the phosphorus because that's an external atom. So that's the X, X. The E's are the ones that are connected right to that central atom, okay? So it's AX2E2. What's the shape for this one? Yeah, bent or angular. And then what's the angle? Good, 104.5. All right, anything else you can tell me about these two? No? Shape-wise, they look pretty good, right? All right, so the final draft for this would just be basically the same thing. Now, unfortunately, I'm automatically, when I'm drawing these, I'm just drawing them in the right shape. You might not have. You might have drawn this as P, O, and then H like straight across. When you go to your final one, that's where you rearrange it and make it actually look bent. So you would give it this bent shape. Or like, you know, this one, this looks fine. So if you just do it wrong on the rough draft, that's okay. On the final one, that's where you have to kind of fix it and make it look a little bit better. Okay, so then you'd get that right there. All right, any questions with that one?